In March 2014, two young Dutch women set out for what should have been the adventure of a lifetime in the heart of Panama. Lisanne Vroon, 22, and Chris Kramers, 21, were full of energy, curiosity, and dreams of exploring a new culture. They were supposed to hike the lush trails, volunteer with local children, and immerse themselves in the rhythm of a country that lies between two oceans. But something went horribly wrong. By the end of their first week, they had disappeared without a trace. No cries for help, no signs of a struggle, just gone, leaving only a trail of baffling clues. A backpack found weeks later, neatly folded jeans on a rock, phones and cameras still functioning, but with photos that deepened the mystery rather than solved it. The world watched in disbelief. How could two smart, capable women vanish into the jungle? And why did the evidence they left behind seem almost staged? This is the story of Lisanne and Chris, the Panama girls who disappeared in a way that defied explanation, and the strange, unsettling trail that haunted investigators for months.
Lisanne Vroon and Chris Kramers were more than just travelers. They were ambitious, educated, and deeply curious about the world. Lisanne studied applied sciences, a field that demanded precision and logic, while Chris pursued education, a discipline rooted in empathy and understanding. Both had recently graduated and were living together in Amersfoort, the Netherlands, working at a small cafe called Inden Cafe. For 6 months, they saved every penny from their jobs, meticulously planning what they called the ultimate holiday. Their goal, 6 weeks in Panama, a country famed for its lush rainforests, vibrant culture, and the delicate balance between two oceans. They wanted to volunteer at local schools, teach children, immerse themselves in the language, and capture the experience of a lifetime. Panama is not a country many Americans know well, but its geography is striking. Bordered by Costa Rica to the west and Colombia to the east, the Caribbean to the north, and the Pacific to the south. Its jungles are dense, wild, and at times unforgiving, a perfect backdrop for adventure, but also a place where nature can quickly turn deadly. Lisanne and Chris had envisioned adventure, not tragedy, but sometimes even the best laid plans can go terribly wrong.
On March 15, 2014, Lisanne and Chris boarded a flight from Amsterdam to Costa Rica, and from there continued to Boquete, Panama. They spent the first 2 weeks learning Spanish, exploring the local forests, swimming with dolphins, and taking cooking classes. Life was beautiful. Life was normal. But by March 30th, a minor setback changed everything. Their volunteer work at a local school was postponed by a few days, a small disappointment in what was supposed to be a carefully scheduled adventure. Frustrated, but determined not to waste a day, they decided to explore the nearby forests of Volcan Baru on March 31st. They took along Azul, the dog of their host, Miriam, and promised to return home that evening. They never came back. Initially, Miriam assumed they were simply out enjoying the town or lost track of time. But when Azul returned alone, her heart sank. By the morning of April 2nd, panic set in. Calls went unanswered, texts were ignored, Facebook posts conflicted with what they had told friends and family. They were supposed to hike the next day, yet the trail had already drawn them in. The panic escalated quickly. Local police, volunteers, and eventually investigators from the Netherlands joined the search, scouring the dense Panamanian jungle, but Lisanne and Chris were nowhere to be found. For 10 days, rescuers combed the Pianista Trail and surrounding forests. They searched every river, every ravine, every hidden path, but came up empty. Parents flew in, offering tens of thousands of dollars for information. But even with local guides and trained dogs, no trace of the women emerged. Then, 10 weeks later, a mysterious discovery added a chilling layer to the case. A local woman found a blue backpack along the banks of a river in the village of Romero, roughly 5 miles from the trail where the women were last seen. Inside, sunglasses, insurance cards, cash, a water bottle, 2 digital cameras, and 2 mobile phones. Nothing in the bag suggested it had been exposed to the elements for 10 weeks. Everything was clean, neatly arranged, and surprisingly dry. Even more baffling, essential items like a compass, a charger, or keys were missing. Investigators examined the phones and cameras. Every photo, every call log, every detail deepened the mystery. Lisanne and Chris had attempted to call for help multiple times in the days after their disappearance. Yet, despite being alive long enough to try reaching authorities, no one knew where they were.
The cameras told an unsettling story. Early photos were cheerful, selfies with bright smiles, shots of the lush jungle, playful pictures of each other. But the later images, taken along the river and near remote trails, were strange. Close-ups of tree roots, tangled vines, and the ground. Chris appears alone in some photos, her face distant, her expression tense. One particularly eerie photo shows hair belonging to Chris, seemingly untouched despite days of exposure in the jungle. A neatly folded pair of jeans sat atop a rock near the same area where the backpack was found. Questions multiplied. How could items remain so clean in a tropical rainforest known for heavy rains? Why was a pair of jeans folded perfectly on a rock? What message, if any, were these objects conveying? Every piece of evidence raised more questions than answers.
The mystery deepened when human remains began to appear. First, Lisanne's left foot was found inside a hiking boot, partially decomposed but still intact. Later, more than 30 scattered bones were recovered, including Lisanne's pelvis and fragments from Chris. DNA tests confirmed their identities. Anthropologists noted something chilling. Lisanne's remains showed natural decomposition, while Chris's bones appeared bleached, suggesting some form of intervention. The disparity between the 2 sets of remains raised the possibility of foul play. Investigators struggled to determine whether this was an accident or something far more sinister. The sparse remains offered only partial answers. No definitive cause of death could be confirmed, leaving room for wild speculation and disturbing theories.
Several theories emerged, each more unsettling than the last. 1. Hiking accident. Perhaps they became lost, injured, or trapped. Perhaps one fell and the other tried to help. Their attempts to call for help indicate they were alive for days, but survival proved impossible in the unforgiving terrain. 2. Foul play. Skeptics pointed to the strangely arranged backpack, the folded jeans, and the partially bleached bones. Could someone have staged these items to send a message or cover up a crime? A witness mentioned seeing the women with 2 young men, adding another layer of suspicion. 3. Ritualistic activity. Panama is home to several indigenous tribes, some with ancient rituals. While most are peaceful, reports of ritualistic killings occasionally surface. Some speculated that Lisanne and Chris could have fallen victim to such practices, though no concrete evidence confirmed this theory. Every clue, every discovery seemed to lead nowhere, deepening the case's mystery.
The story of Lisanne and Chris is a haunting reminder of the unpredictability of life and the fragility of human plans. Their disappearance captivated the world, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and unresolved grief. Yet, in the midst of tragedy, there's a lesson about courage, curiosity, and the pursuit of dreams. Lisanne and Chris ventured into the unknown, driven by passion and a desire to connect with the world. Their story reminds us to cherish our loved ones, respect nature's power, and approach life with both daring and caution. If their story teaches us anything, it's that even in the darkest mysteries, the human spirit continues to seek understanding. Share this story, honor their memory, and let it inspire you to embrace life fully, question deeply, and always remain vigilant in the face of the unknown. And now, I want to hear from you. What theory do you believe? Could it have been a tragic accident, foul play, or something even darker? Comment below, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to explore more unsolved mysteries with us. Together, we'll unravel the stories the world forgot.